So what's a stock split? Well, it's a bit tricky, but let me explain it. So again, just read the definition. So stock split means, as the name suggests, splitting the stock. And now they're not gonna literally tier the stock, but they're splitting the stock's price per share. So when a company announces a stock split, it means that the company is issuing more shares to the shareholders, but simultaneously reducing the price of that stock. So, for example, if Apple has 100 shares total and the price of each share is $100, then if the company announces a stock split of 2 for 1, that means for every one share that each shareholder has right now, the company is going to issue one more share. That is, each shareholder now will be having two shares, one they previously had already and the one new that the company is going to issue. But here's the catch. The share price of the company is going to reduce by half or 50%. So previously the share price was $100, but now reducing the price by half will reduce the price of share to $50. Now, how to determine that how much price will be reduced? Well, simply divide the share price or the price before the stock split by split ratio. That is $100 divided by 2 by 1, which would be $50. And suppose if there is a stock split of 3 for 1, the price after stock split would be $100 divided by 3 by 1, and that would be $33.33. And one more thing to note here is that the market cap of the company does not increase or decrease. So for example, market cap of Apple previously was $100 into 100. That would be share price, that is $100, multiplied by the number of shares, that is again 100, which would be $10,000. So this is market cap of Apple before stock split. Now, as the outstanding number of shares have increased of the company, the market cap of Apple now would be 200, that is the number of shares, multiplied by the share price, which has been reduced by half, which is $50, and that would again be $10,000. So a stock split doesn't change the value, it neither makes you rich nor poor, and all things remains the same except the fact that number of shares increases and share price decreases. So in short, if you ever want to recall what a stock split is, always consider a $100 note that you want to exchange with two $50 notes. Now the money that you have got is the same after exchanging your $100 note, but instead of previously having one note with a greater value, you have two notes which combined represents the same value. And that's basically what a stock split is. But this is a new concept. Actually, it's not that new a concept, but few people know about that concept, and that is reverse stock split. And let me tell you about that. So as there's a stock split, there's also a reverse stock split. And in this, reverse of a typical stock split happens. So instead of issuing more shares, the company reduces the outstanding number of shares, but instead it increases the share price of the company. So for example, if a company EXN has 10,000 shares and the price of share is $1, then if the company announces a reverse stock split of 1 for 10, then that means that for every 10 shares now the shareholder would be having, they would be having now 1 share. Now previously they had 10 shares, but after the stock split they will be having 1 share, which would reduce the total outstanding shares from 10,000 to 1,000. And the price was previously $1, But now, after the stock split, it would rise to $10. As the shares has been reduced, the price has been increased proportionately. And that's what basically a reverse stock split is. But again, market cap will remain the same. So just like I told you, exchanging a $100 note with $250 note, but this time you will be exchanging $250 notes back with a $100 note. And that basically doesn't make any change. The only thing that changes is you are exchanging two notes with one note or one note with two notes, but the actual value always remains the same. And now let me tell you one last thing, that usually companies don't go for reverse stock split very often, but it's sometimes done for two reasons. And that are, first is share price. Well, this is basically very low price stocks are avoided by the most people, because a price too low like $1 or $2 tells that a stock is not fundamentally good, and hence it is not liked by anybody. Nobody likes to invest in those kind of shares. So if a company goes for 5-for-1 stock split, that means a $2 stock price increases to $10, which gives the company, if not good, but enough reputation and not to be ignored. And that is the first reason. Now the second reason is saving from delisting. So there's this thing that some exchanges have rules that if the stock price goes below a certain level, then the company will be delisted from the stock exchanges. Because stock exchanges have this reputation and they don't want any low price companies to be listed on their stock exchanges. So in order to save them from getting delisted, companies also go for reverse stock split that would increase their share price and saves them from getting delisted. And that's another reason. So I told you a bit about stock split and reverse stock split, and also I gave you reasons why companies go for reverse stock split. But I didn't tell you about why companies go for stock split. So in my next tutorial, I'm gonna tell you why companies prefer going for stock split.